Have you had a natural disaster on your vacation?
Yes, we did.
On this episode, we are gonna explore Sicily in
Italia.
where we had a unfortunate incident on arrival. In 2024 in Sicily, there was 8.18 million people traveling to Sicily between January and June. Did you know that? Yes? No?
No.
No? Anyway, this is a great for business, but it is
Terrible for the environment.
on Sicily Island. They had 8.18 million people between January and June 2024, and that's just the first half of the year. This is a good for business, but it is
Bad for the environment. Play the intro.
okay, boss. Okay. Sicily, Italia, the land of epic beaches, mind-blowing architecture, Roman stuff all over the place, mind-blowing food, and amazing, beautiful people who talk with their hands so much that I think I just got invited to dinner without realizing it. We are here for the ultimate family adventure, exploring hidden gems, stuffing our faces with food that ruins all future diets, and proving that yes, you can road trip through July with kids in the heat without losing your sanity. Allegedly, we're gonna find out soon. So buckle up because this trip is about to be unforgettable, assuming we all survive each other. My plan to eat my way through Sicily was going well, till the Sicilian adventure got hijacked by a literal volcano. Let me introduce you to Mount Etna. This is Mount Etna on one of the calmer days, but with 50 interruptions in the past 2 years, things got a bit spicy. Our departure from Rome airport to Catania was not gonna be a simple adventure. Does a sane person go towards a volcano after hearing this in the news?
Italy's Mount Etna, Europe's tallest and most active volcano, erupted with a spectacular display earlier this week.
So, to depart Rome and go towards Catania, that is the question. I have a decision to make. Do we play it safe, or do we keep going to make this the most explosive family trip ever? While relaxing poolside in Rome with my friend Luigi and the family, we received news on multiple sources that Mount Etna had exploded and started shooting ash high into the sky. Most of the flights were either diverted, cancelled, or delayed. So we're left with a choice of thinking and singing, should I stay or should I go? Sing along now. And because Mount Etna was exploding all of July, and there was over 50 eruptions in the past 2 years, we knew that it was a shooting smoke and it wasn't very dangerous, but still a high level of danger was imminent. Despite this, because we've got experience having traveled to Bali before during a volcanic dramatic season, we decided to go. And the journey to get to Catania was a bit more complicated since our flight got delayed first for 4 hours, then 5, and then 6. But eventually, while hanging around in Rome airport, waiting at the gate, they got some planes ready and we made our journey to Catania, arriving at midnight. And we're gonna take the rest of the trip from our arrival at the airport so you can see how the city looks like after a volcanic ash storm. Let's go. Not every day we get to see ash on the airport tarmac, so yes, my inner child got busy exploring. Ciao bella, and welcome to East Sicily, to Catania City, where we'll start my road trip. After a late check-in due to the volcanic interruptions, it was a beautiful day to start exploring Catania. My Sicilian adventure starts in Catania, and I've chosen to drive because Italian taxis scare me. Also, the ash all around the place in Catania, it's quite intimidating. The whole family had their N95 mask, and we had a rental car to leave the city soon.
Hello. Morning, Italia.
Good morning.
My first objectives of the day was breakfast and checking in with the locals to see, hey, we got a shooting volcano in the background, are we supposed to feel safe? Several espressos in, they convinced me it's safe and showed me the elephant, which I'll talk about in a moment. So let's start with the cathedrals and churches in Catania. Having spent so much time in cathedrals and churches in Rome and the Vatican City, I can say with the power of the Lord that these churches and cathedrals looked amazing, and I felt blessed and grateful to be present in them. Amen. The Piazza del Duomo is the central part of the city and is straight out of a postcard. Baroque buildings, a gorgeous cathedral, monuments, and the locals who will give you directions, but only after 10-minute discussion on why their hometown is the best in Sicily. Yep, you're gonna have those conversations. The Piazza del Duomo is the heart of Catania, and this place is all about grand buildings, a fountain with an elephant statue. Yes, an elephant in Italy. And locals who can spot a tourist from 5 miles away. If you stand still here for more than 10 seconds in the square, someone will definitely try to sell you something. Sunglasses, magnets, or their grandmother's secret pasta recipe. You name it. And be careful of the scooters. There's quite a few of them, and we'll get into it in just a moment.
Oh, Nikki!
If the Piazza is beautiful in the daytime, at nighttime it comes alive and goes next level. So do check it out at both times.
Coming back down at you, Nicola.
The whole of Sicily is very kid-friendly and welcoming. Despite this tourist go home sign, it is just the frustration of the locals because there's 18 million tourists already touching down before June. So yeah, you can understand that it gets very crowded, loud, and invasive. Some of the words to put with the tourism numbers in Sicily. Overall, Catania is like that loud uncle at a wedding. It is chaotic, noisy, but so full of life that you kind of love it. Before starting to drive, we spent about 3 days in Catania, which was amazing, and we spent a lot of time in the Piazza del Duomo checking it out day and night, and it's absolutely beautiful. Sicily is known for its beautiful seafood and proof that the gods love us. Come to Catania and you do not enjoy the seafood, I am pretty sure the locals will deport you. Let us not forget the desserts because you only live once. YOLO, baby. Since it is ridiculously hot in Catania in July, getting around by foot is kind of dangerous, so I strongly recommend electronic scooters. Because you know, riding the scooter, feeling the air in your hair, the cool breeze is like aircon. Do it, baby. You'll enjoy the eScooter and it's quite safe. There is public transportation options as well, but since it's so hot, you might get the person-to-person sweat-to-sweat kind of action, so be mindful. There is much to see, and a 3-hour 4-hour e-scooter ride pretty much covers the whole city, including the beautiful botanical gardens here. One of the specialties on the island is Sicilian pistachio gelato. Yes, that's the one with the purple pistachio nuts. More pizza, more happiness. Also, they have this pano raisin style dessert item with pistachio, which was amazing, and deep fried seafood. You can't go wrong with this. Let's talk about the local fish market, where the seafood is fresh and also smelly. The vendors are louder than my aunt when she finds out that I haven't had lunch. I visited this place alone because my daughter doesn't like the smell of fish.
Brother, ugh.
Next up is the granita, which is when a snow cone gets Italian citizenship. That is a wrap for Catania, which is a city you probably need about 3 days to really explore it in depth. It is amazing, the food is amazing, and the people are absolutely fabulous. Now let me introduce you to the rest of the road trip. Welcome to the ultimate road trip in Sicily, Italia. You're probably thinking I should have just taken a flight to Catania or Palermo, but my daughter insisted we'd go by road and witness some of the most beautiful coastline on this beautiful island, Sicily. Our journey will begin in Catania and will go clockwise to all the cities labeled in white, yellow, and black, finishing off in Catania. Unintentionally, we had visited all 9 provinces of Sicily Island, as shown in the map over here. To showcase this journey with ease, I've broken it into 3 different parts: the north, the south, and the east. This 3-part YouTube video series will feature the beautiful eastern coast, including Mount Etna. We will visit all of these cities while on this journey. In part 2 of the video, we'll visit the beautiful beaches of the south coast and visit these lovely towns labeled over here. And then we'll finish off in Palermo, Cefalù, looking at the beautiful coastline and also handling the craziness of Italian traffic, or should I say Sicilian traffic. And this will be the cities in part 3. So buckle up and let's get this 3-part video series started. The last leg of the east side captures our journey as we drive down from the north to Aghira, Adrano, heading towards Mount Etna. Always a welcoming sight to be driving towards the volcano, and it is not erupting or shooting smoke. These are some of the small towns we visited along the way, and as you can see, horses on the roadside, and most of the towns are deserted because it's too hot or people are working. We had a coffee and granita in most of the cities and just continued driving with short breaks to get to Acireale, which is the smart budget move when you're staying on the east side of Sicily. Let me show you where that is. So Acireale, number 2 on the map, is just north of Catania and is a beautiful town that is known for its cathedrals, buildings, and carnival. That's right, it's got a carnival in this city as well. Alright, let's talk about Acireale. Why am I here? Simple proximity to Taormina is the first reason, and second, not burning a hole in my wallet, because Catania hotels expensive, Taormina hotels, organs may be required as payment, Acireale, Goldilocks zone, just right. It is perfect to save some money and also enjoy the calmness of the city. There are lots to see, the bakeries are good, the churches, the main street, and I would love to explore this during carnival season. Next up, we drove up to Taormina. Navigating the roads of Sicily and getting to Taormina from Acireale was rather straightforward, as the roads are quite easy to navigate and very tourist friendly. The drivers, well, some are wild, some are tame, but that's like the rest of Europe. But the views are absolutely amazing. Taormina is a city where Sicilians go when they want to feel fancy and where tourists go when they realize that they pack too many black outfits for an Italian summer. It has got some beaches on the side, which I'll show you in a moment, but most importantly, this is the railway station, so you can always take the train from Catania to Taormina. Driving to find the beach was a mandatory requirement while road tripping in Sicily.
Out in Taormina.
The beach was not too busy, which was surprising in July, but then again, there's an abundance of beaches on the island. When the beach has a water park like the one you can see in front of us, do not hesitate and go have the best hour or 2 of your life on it.
You gonna jump in? How ready are you?
Made it super sweaty. Outside of the beach, the Corso Umberto is the main street,
Oh my god, there's a bee behind there, is it?
where you can buy everything from high-end fashion to souvenirs that will collect dust in your house for the next decade. Also, this is a place for some serious people watching. You'll see Italian grandmothers in perfectly ironed dresses, influencers posing for the gram, and Italian supermodels embroidering with old-school sewing machines. It's got it all. And Nicola actually got a souvenir from this store, as this lady Francesca made this special embroidering for her. Let's talk more pistachio because we are in Sicily. There is a cafe called Nova and it specializes in pistachio. Everything is green and supreme and tastes amazing, even the latte. I spent a lot of money here eating a lot of pistachio, and all I gotta say, it is highly recommendable. If in doubt, just add some more pistachio, sprinkle it on the top. There's lots to see in the city, and remember, if it gets too hot, there's a beach very close by. The streets are absolutely gorgeous.
It is indeed.
There's a few hotels in the area with swimming pools, so if you're gonna stay in the city, that's what I would recommend. Every alley has photo shoot possibility, but at the same time it is quite hot. So when it gets hot, you just retire to the church, which is usually quite cool and gives you a little bit of shelter from the afternoon heat. The view in the city is stunning, the heat also stunning, but in a please and help kind of way. Just walking through the streets here, extremely touristy. By the way, that is the reason I am not walking around with my mic with me in the city, because it is loud, really loud. I love this part of East Sicily, and I look forward to come back and spend a few nights here because the city has so much secrets to unveil. Here are my favorite spots of Taormina. So that is a wrap up of the cities on the east side, as we are done with Catania, Acireale and Taormina. And now we're heading to the south, so see you in the next part of this video series.